Kenny.
Troy Kwan wanted to sit in Anthony's place. Yeah, he's got a lot of STP knowledge. He loves current events.
I like Troy Kwan. He's a bright guy.
Kenny and Troy were talking about the possibility of Troy taking Anthony's spot today. I don't know exactly.
He just blew out his knee running down the hall.
See, he's he's a go-getter.
Come on in, Troy. Did you
Troy,
you just blow out your knee?
He's got a stress fracture in his heel. A lot of people don't know that. No, take Anthony's seat.
No, you're not taking Anthony's seat. No. Talk over there. Don't use his mic.
Hi, Troy.
He comes over and he's like,
use his mic.
He goes, go in the studio. They want you in there. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you got to fill in for Anthony today. So,
do you have anything to add?
No.
Yes, you do.
He said no. Murder, suicide, kidnapping, and we missed it.
You have nothing?
Troy, don't embarrass me.
I need people to step up today.
Yeah.
Troy, you got to step up.
Troy, tell him that thing about Scott Weiland you were saying.
No, how about this? After the break, you come up with something.
Oh,
that gives you 10
show
minutes.
Topic.
Huh?
A show topic.
Not a show topic, because I'm not taking phone calls because he has a show topic. I'm not doing show topic shit.
Oh.
After the break, Troy is going to step up and give us something where the listeners go, holy shit, there's Troy Kwan. You got any story, anything. Anything.
He's got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Go work on it, because we're doing it right after the break.
sounds good.
You got something?
No, not yet. But I will.
No, he does.
All right, we'll talk to Troy Kwan next. We're going to eat some food. All right, hey, Kenny.
Yes, sir.
I guess you're producing the show today, so you got Troy Kwan to help out the show today?
Let me tell you, he's going to take the show to a whole new level.
Jimmy, what's wrong?
Just irritated.
Yeah, man, but we got guys running the channel. We're in good shape. They know what's going on.
But it ain't George Wendt's fault. I mean, it's like this.
I'm not blaming
this whole
George
thing
Wendt.
is not his fault. He's the guy who wrote a book. The fact
not
that
blaming
Stone Temple
George
Pilots
Wendt.
is not here is because the band are cunts.
Yeah.
And the fact that we don't have fucking research done properly is because things are not being done behind the fucking scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Troy Kwan will bring a smile to your face.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what did we request from Troy Kwan today?
Well, you know, a lot of people are going to be interested in this segment because it's Tattoo Talk with Troy.
You even named his segment?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of tattoos. He's a very interesting chap.
Why is he shaking his head?
Because I'm sitting down to do my work, and this is what Kenny's like, oh, they want you in studio, and this is what your segment's going to be.
You know what, Kenny? You're producing the rest of the show today. I like Tattoo Talk with Troy Kwan. You come up with something for the next break, Kenny.
No
All right?
problem. I got good questions for George Wendt when he gets here.
Yeah, what's one of the questions?
I'm just going to compliment it how I loved him in Seinfeld.
He was in Seinfeld.
Yeah, he was Jerry's friend. He does those Weight Watchers commercials. He was in Shallow Hal.
Oh, that's Jason Alexander.
It's the same guy.
Why is it the same guy?
You know, chubby, lovable fella. You know, he just takes the wig off to play Jason.
Did we lose you, Jimmy?
I'm just irritated. Fucking look, I don't love or hate George Wendt. It's not the point.
No,
the guy contributed. He did he's one of the biggest shows ever done. At least he did something.
We're just doing comedy. I have nothing against George Wendt.
I don't either.
And I'm sure the book did well. I'm just having fun with the whole situation.
I honestly don't love George Wendt.
I hope he
either.
realizes that I'm not, personally trashing him. I'm just having a little fun and making some radio today. That's all. Or at least trying.
I don't love George Wendt. It's not like I'm a huge fan. Like I respect the guy, whatever. The stuff that's happening is way beyond him coming in. It's just
but we got guys running the channel. They're on top of everything. Don't worry about it.
But I mean,
they're going to take care of everything. Or so they said a year and a half ago. Kenny.
Yeah, keeping the show rolling. Upbeat, fun.
But if you're producing a show, don't you think you should have some intro music for the Troy Kwan tattoo segment?
Travis, what do you got?
No, you can't just say, Travis, what do you got?
What do you want, Kenny? You're producing.
Yeah, although Travis could come up with something on the spot.
Yeah, give me a little something.
No, you have to suggest something that would work with the Troy Kwan segment.
Well, Troy also has a show on Liquid Metal here on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
So give me something liquid.
How about, Travis, you want to take care of this?
How about I don't listen to liquid metal, so I don't know what the hell's playing on that channel.
Something with the word liquid in it, not metal.
Oh, you need something that.
Troy, what do you want as a theme song?
Oh yeah, okay. See, that's good, Kenny.
Pig Destroyer, Piss Angel.
You want to come into that?
Sure.
What's the band and what's the song?
Pig Destroyer, Piss Angel.
Yeah, I know. Which one is the song name and which one is the band name?
Google it. Google it.
The band's name is Pig Destroyer.
Pig Destroyer.
Yes.
And the song.
Piss Angel.
Troy's got a lot of good piss stories too as a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Troy's a rock and roller before he was my personal producer.
I think we lost Jimmy.
I'm sure he's sorry.
No, it's all right. Jimmy's there.
All right, go on.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Really? You're not the only one. Now go outside the door. Kenny's going to intro you over your music. All right? Travis, whenever you're ready. Oh, great.
Wake up, everybody! For the first time on the Opie and Anthony Show, it's Tattoo Talk with Troy.
What's going on, guys?
Hey. Hey, Troy.
Jim just looks pissed.
I'm fine, man.
Which is wow.
Troy, you got a lot of tattoos.
Kenny just moved over to Anthony's mic. You going to help with the segment? So, we're not talking about his tattoos. He's got a story for us?
Yeah,
Do I?
Do the story.
Well, it's
What
Tattoo
story?
Talk with Troy Kwan.
Yeah, but we break the ice with the tattoos because a lot of people got tattoos in this world.
All right.
So they're very interesting. It's compelling.
All right, ask him a tattoo question.
So, Troy, what's the significance of the flames?
I worked in a tattoo shop for 10 years, so I just
How to get tattoos?
worked with a couple different artists and got some different tattoos.
Are there any you regret?
Most of them.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I started working there when I was 18, so we just started doing weird tattoos, and I have like a one-eyed baby with antlers hanging from hooks on my arm, and
Oh, can I see that one?
I have to take off my shirt. Is that okay?
Yeah, baby. Now we're talking.
So most of them are.
So you regret most of your tattoos because you're tatted up.
Yeah,
You got a
well,
lot of tats.
I wish they were better looking, so I got to take off my whole shirt here.
Look, he's V-shaping in the stomach, too, ladies. With Calvin Klein underwear.
What does it look like, Jimmy? It's a
can't
one-eyed
see it.
baby on a hook?
Oh,
Hanging
yeah.
from hooks.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
It's just an odd baby. The hooks are through his hands.
Yeah.
And the baby has got a one eye like a cyclops, and he's got like weird little ram horns coming off his head. And his hands have hooks through the back of them.
Yeah.
So Troy's hanging a baby off his arm.
People are...
That's the original.
By the way, we woke up a shitload of people with your entrance music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People
yeah.
pissed.
Yeah, that's the way
Blue-
it should be on a morning show.
Blue Healer writes, I'm guessing there's no way to play Pig Destroyer to the hook
No, there's no hook.
and give a little traffic and weather before the vocals
Yeah.
kick in. No, all right. So you have tattoos that you regret. What else, Kenny? Before
Yeah, one of my favorites is the DeLorean symbol he's got on the back of his neck.
Turn around. Yeah, why would you have that?
I had a DeLorean. I had a fully
Jeep. I don't have it on the back of my neck.
Well, I just like the car, like the story behind John DeLorean. And,
Yeah, he was a Coke dealer.
well, he was never convicted of coke, but...
Why do you like John DeLorean?
Well, he was the inventor of a lot of the muscle cars in the 60s. And then he decided to start his own company, and he was coming up with this idea of the next level sports car, and it didn't work out, unfortunately. And the car, it was a cool idea, but it never really took off, unfortunately.
Right. So what were the cocaine allegations?
The company was going under, and he was doing whatever he could to save the company, and he was going to psychics and whatnot, and he supposedly was importing cocaine into the United States in the cars, supposedly, but he was never convicted.
But did that ruin him?
Pretty much, yeah.
Sure did.
It was a misunderstanding.
Okay, good.
What was he importing that was white?
What was he importing that was white?
Yeah.
Salt.
Yeah, what were they mistaking for cocaine?
I don't know. I believe it was actually cocaine, but somehow he got away with it.
Oh.
Yeah, he was set up probably.
Yeah.
Right, Troy?
That's what he says.
One tattoo that frightens me is that hyena on your forearm.
Why does it frighten you, Kenny?
Oh, it's ferocious.
It's
Look
actually
at
a
it.
mandrill monkey. It's not a hyena, but
What is
it's a mandrill monkey wearing a bondage mask.
on his forearm?
Has anybody ever guessed that right?
No, no.
It's a good piece of work, though.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, the artwork's good.
Yeah, it's cool. And I have a fly head over here.
Yeah. Why does that tattoo scare you, though, Kenny?
Oh.
No, do you look at it's ferocious. He's got his mouth open. He's going like, ah.
This is a great segment, Kenny, by the way.
It sure is, Troy. Thank you.
Well, Kenny's producing the show today. Troy. So,
Yeah.
so are we ready for Troy's story? Well, all we did was we said before the break, come up with something that the people out there would find interesting.
Yeah, 'cause ladies,
some
Troy-
crazy story, something that I don't know,
Yeah,
something.
Troy's single now, too, ladies, so you could Twitter him at TroyQuan.com. Or you could Facebook him.
All right, Troy, what do you got?
So, I mean, do you want to talk about tattoo stories? I mean, there's a lot. I have a lot of tattoo stories from working in a tattoo shop.
No,
for 10
your
years.
job was to come up with one thing that would keep our audience from going somewhere else today.
All right. Well, I've done a lot of Prince Albert piercings.
Yeah.
And basically what that is it goes in through the bottom of the penis and out the urethra. It's a ring. And
right below the mushroom head.
right.
Is that where you go in?
Yeah.
Front or back? Near
On the
seam?
bottom.
Does it come
Yeah.
through the hole?
It comes through the hole. And what you have to do is
Anesthetize it with your mouth.
you put Luden's honey flavored cough drops in your mouth.
you have a receiving tube that's pretty thick. It's about that thick. And it goes down your urethra and it has a bevel. And you bend the bevel to push that skin through and you put a needle right through it and it comes right out.
And you had to do this? You had to hold guys' dicks and do this?
Yeah.
How long does it take to actually make the piercing?
Couple seconds.
That's it?
Yeah. But
And how bad
guys
does it hurt?
scream and it bleeds like a motherfucker.
Okay, but it doesn't just go through the urethra?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would anyone want that done? And I'm sure there's a few people out there that have these, but why?
Well, supposedly
why
it-
would you get that done?
Supposedly it's good for sex.
Why?
Supposedly it hits things that your regular penis can't do.
Metal detectors.
Yeah. And then, of course, the shock value. I mean, you tell a girl that you have your penis pierced, she's going to be interested in seeing it. But,
Did you like holding guys' penises?
no.
No.
Not
I
at
imagine
all.
they shrunk a little bit when there's a needle coming at them.
Absolutely. And scream. I mean, the scream that comes out of people when you
Really?
pierce their penis.
Did
Yeah.
anybody not scream?
I don't think that's good for business. To hear someone screaming behind that door as you're waiting to go, back and get your tattoo
Right.
or your
But,
piercing.
I mean, it's pretty painful, so it's understandable.
Mm-hmm.
But women usually take it better. Women genital piercings usually go a little bit smoother.
Did you get to do those?
Oh, yeah.
Clits?
Yeah. Yeah.
Any
A lot
big
of,
meaty ones?
yeah, some pretty gross ones, too. I mean, girls secreting all over everything and
What are they secreting?
just weird fluid.
Yeast infections?
Yeah. I was piercing a girl's vagina once, and her husband was over top of me going, "Do you like what you see? You like what you see?" And I guess they were swingers, and they were trying to get me involved and bring me home, which is kind of a bizarre thing. But yeah, I've seen some pretty.
Well, did you like what you saw?
She was an older woman, but yeah, she looked pretty good.
And
Did you go there?
No, that's too weird, man. Like fucking some dude's wife while he watches is just a weird thing, man.
I've had my dick sucked one time by a chick. I met. It was an ad in the Home News newspaper, and so I went and met with her.
What's the home news?
It was my hometown newspaper, or whatever, North
in Brunswick?
Yeah, like a local Jersey paper.
Right.
And they used to do singles ads in the back. So she said she put an ad out for a woman who's looking to meet a guy to fuck. So I met with her, and she was, she had a husband, but she's like, I didn't tell you that because I just wanted straight guys. I didn't want guys. So I go over the house. She said he just wants to watch. And, she's like 45, and he's probably like 50. He looks like a pizza maker. He's got like a weird horseshoe hairdo. And then he just kind of sat there and watched me fool around with his wife. And then we 69, and she sucked my dick. And then he just went down and watched her suck my dick. It was really creepy.
That's all he did was just watch?
Yeah, he didn't
jerk
participate.
off or anything?
I think we tried to double stop her, but then I lost my rod because it was just creepy, fucking her with a pizza maker.
What, did he have his hands behind his back and just kind of like leaned in to check it out?
Yeah.
That is weird.
And then I started dating a girl and I brought her over.
Yeah.
And the older woman ate her pussy. which is kind of hot.
Interesting.
That's my whole story.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But
Kenny?
Jim's-
Do you like this segment? Tattoo Talk with Troy?
It's going well.
It's going well?
Yes.
How do we wrap
Troy.
this up?
Troy's just getting started.
I want to hear more tattoo talk. I mean, now we're just getting into cock and pussy piercings. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I know I worked in a shop for 10 years and seen some bizarre shit. You know, I worked in a little college town, Kutztown, Pennsylvania, so it was just like horny college girls all the time, you know?
So you got to grab the guy's penis.
Do you grab his ball bag? How do you grab a guy's penis?
Well, usually what you do is you take paper towels and you just sort of put a hole in it and then say put your dick through it. You know, that way, because he's going to bleed a lot, so he doesn't want to get blood all over his clothing.
Do you have to grab the base of it?
You have to.
And you got to make it a little hard so you got, so it's not flopping as you're trying to pierce it?
Well, you have to mark where you're going to go.
Right.
And then you sort of have to eyeball it. I mean, once you do a lot of them,
Did you go to school for this?
No, I did a piercing apprenticeship.
And next thing you know, you're just putting holes in guys'
Who
dicks?
does that? Donald Trump?
All right, Kenny. Apprentice, I got it. Jesus.
But, yeah, you just work with a piercer and you supervise a lot of piercings, and then they say, okay, and then they watch you do it.
Who's the first guy? That's what I want to know. Who's the guy who's like, this is my first cock piercing? And he's like, oh, all right, well, good luck to you.
No, I wouldn't say that. You know what I mean? I've watched a bunch of Prince Albert's done, and I was just like, okay, I'm ready to do it.
Did you ever see, well, I don't even know. Like, I've seen pictures of guys that have split cocks.
Yeah, I've never done that. I have a friend who has his tongue split in half.
Right.
And he was going to split his dick.
How do you split a tongue in half?
Well, he had his tongue pierced, and then you take like fishing line wire, and you just start every day just tightening it a little bit more and a little bit more.
That's how they do that?
And then what they do is they slice it and then they cauterize it.
When did they slice it?
When did they slice it?
Yeah.
After about a month and a half or so.
Wait, so I never knew that, did you? So there's a hole in your tongue, and then you put fishing line in?
If you want to split your tongue, that's how you do it.
Wait, you have to do it yourself?
I wouldn't do it, no. But you could go to a place and do it. I mean, it's illegal in Pennsylvania to do it, so you'd have to go to a like an underground place, or
right.
when the.
But how do you tighten the fishing line? You just turn it.
You just put a knot in, and you just keep pushing it. You unknot it, and then keep tightening it, and keep tightening it, and it just starts to slit and pull, make the hole bigger.
But doesn't that hurt?
Fuck yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts really bad.
And then you have to eventually get it cut.
Then you take a scalpel and you cut it, and then you cauterize both sides.
How the fuck that? What kind of pain is that?
Unbearable.
Is it good for pussy eating?
You are able to
No,
have.
you're missing the clit.
Well, you have control
clit
over
goes right
both
in the middle.
sides. If people that have their tongues forked can cross them and move them around, they have control of both sides.
Right.
So I would imagine.
Figure eight on the clit.
So I would imagine you would be able to do some pretty crazy shit.
Wait, so they slice with a scalpel?
Is that
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah,
guy split his cock all the way down to his balls?
Yeah, sometimes people split the head too, so the head splits like this.
Yeah, I've seen
Fucking
that.
twins.
Holy.
They split the cock. I've seen the inside of the cock tattooed. They'll tattoo the inside of the cock, and then they'll put like barbells or whatever all the way up the inside. It's really horrendous.
Yeah. Some people are into some crazy shit.
So wait, they split the tongue. The guy will after a month he takes a scalpel and cuts.
Yeah, cuts right down the middle of the tongue.
And it bleeds horribly.
Oh, it's awful. There's blood everywhere.
And how do they cauterize it?
I'm not quite sure how they do it, but they have to.
They use anesthesia or something?
I don't think they
Novocaine? What do they do?
This was like a place that was doing it in the basement, and they were sort of doing it like
what
on the sneak.
fuck?
Yeah, I think it's hard to get licensing to do something like that.
Drink a lot. They also have a good selection of hangers for the ladies.
So, what? I need.
Yeah, there you go.
I need your help today.
That was an abortion joke.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
So what about they cut? How do they stop the tongue from bleeding?
I'm not quite sure how they cauterize. I've never seen it done. I've just seen.
Is it
pictures
with
of
heat? The cauterize means they solder it.
Right. They burn it to create it's like instant scarring to the tongue, so it heals like
And then
that.
there's no way to go back once it's done.
Right.
All right.
I don't comprehend that.
No, let me go to Adam in Jersey. Adam.
Hey, I had a question for this guy who's piercing the cocks. Does he ever practice on, like, squash or cucumbers before he actually did a real one?
Yeah.
The texture's not the same, sir.
But did you practice? That's a good question. Or you just go in there?
Well,
and the person didn't know that you're doing this for the first time.
When I first started, I would tell people that, look, I'm a piercing apprentice, and I'll pierce you for just the jewelry cost, and I would be under the supervision of the person that was teaching me at the time.
Right.
Holy shit.
That's unbelievable. And this guy's saying you're full of shit. Aaron in New York.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Sorry,
Aaron.
I don't want to bust your bubble there, Troy, but I did my own PA about 11 years ago, and I got an elephant tattooed on my stomach with a full trunk right to the end. Doesn't hurt that bad.
You got a what tattooed on your stomach? Oh, an elephant. Oh,
I have an elephant head tattooed on my stomach with a full trunk.
that's your cock is the trunk?
Oh, yeah.
Well, great. Some people take pain differently. I mean, I know people that get tattoos, and some tattoos hurt and some don't. I mean, everybody's different.
Yeah, but the PA is all soft tissue, and there's no exit on the body piercing because it's going out the urethra. It's really not that bad.
All right. Well, the people that I pierced were screaming, so I don't know what to tell you, sir.
All right, we're just about done with Troy, but Brett in Iowa, you got your tongues split, Brett?
Yeah, I do.
And that's how they do it with the fishing line, and you got to tighten it every day until they get a nice enough hole or something, and then they take a scalpel and split it?
Well, that's not the way we did it on my tongue. I know of people that have done it that way. The way we did it on mine, I had 4 straight piercings in straight line from the tip back, and I gently rose those in size, and then we took a scalpel and opened it up. As far as the cauterizing goes, they if you get it done in a professional shop that actually is licensed to do it, they have to do it laser-wise, but you can't, like Jim said before, you can get it done with basically a hot solder iron and cauterize the wound that way. I had it basically done professionally, but with a laser. And as far as the pain goes, yeah, it's a pretty good painful experience. But
how long did it take them to laser your tongue from bleeding?
Bleeding wise, if it's a rapid procedure like mine was done professionally, it was instant. I mean, I didn't go through the process of the torture with a fishing line and trying to basically all that does is rip your tongue. That is an old procedure right there, and that was back before they started really truly experimenting and getting the procedure down.
And how bad does it hurt?
I would say I've got a pretty good pain threshold. Most people wouldn't be able to handle it very good. I did a little bit of squealing, but not too bad.
All right, there you go. Thank you, Brett. Brett in Iowa.
Thank you.
And
have a good one.
And thank you, Troy Kwan. Tattoo Talk with Troy Kwan.
I tell you, got the phones ringing off the hook.
Well, we had 3 phone calls, Kenny. Let's not get too excited. Are you ready to produce the next segment?
I got to rest.
Well, we got George Wendt coming in next, and then you give us something else we could do.
All right.
After the break, can you at least tease what's coming up? You got 10 minutes to figure it out.
Tease now?
No, you got 10 minutes.
All right.
Right after the break, you'll tell us what's coming up on the show.
Sure.
Your next segment that you're just producing on the fly.
Okay.
All right?
No problem.